The Durian Heat, bringing big ideas and critical opinions in Southeast Asia.
Hi, this is Arlene.
And again, this is Karina.
And of course, you're still with us with Nemi, Miranda. In the earlier segment, we talked about empowering community.
Yeah.
But this time, it's about providing the bond and understanding of friendship in this case between countries. The Philippines has done a great job at using art
As a tool
for diplomacy. How can this be something that can be cultivated in the region of Southeast Asia?
Okay. In recent years, our ambassador Ed Malaya, I have met this good guy while we are having some tourism activity held here. Was invited by our Department of Tourism to do some art activity in their promotions of tourism, inviting people to go to the Philippines. And at that time, I was still head of the Visual Art Committee of the National Commission for Culture and Arts in the Philippines. And I was able to organize art festivals in different parts of the country, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And on the national level, I try to organize artists from different regions to meet together for a week, mingle with each other and interact with each other, and develop a sense of, camaraderie, and eventually to connect and interchange or whatever activity that artists from Mindanao will go to Luzon will go to Visaya, things like that. So it's locally implemented. But we have done a partnership with our embassy to organize exhibit here in Kuala Lumpur 2 years ago, and the ambassador wanted, we want to show to the people of Malaysia that, we are also partnering with them, that we are, since the Philippines are both Christians and, and Muslim. So we want to be fair with everybody. I want you to bring in both Christians and Muslim, join together to hold exhibit here in Malaysia.
See, there's the interfaith dialogue in there.
Already.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's more than just about art. It's about using art to create
a dialogue,
yes.
Understanding between different religious
groups.
True.
So, and that was it, no? And it was a successful exhibit, and that was the start of our friendship with the ambassador.
Amazing.
And that's why when I come to Kuala Lumpur, I connect with our embassy, and they're very helpful with us. And this time, going here is looking for another project by what we call the Art Exchange Program, wherein artists from Malaysia will visit the Philippines, and the Filipino artists will come to Malaysia and share their cultural, learning from each other.
Yes.
Culture and art.
I'm quite curious. Say an artist from Malaysia, what they can actually learn from the Filipinos artists. I'm sure like each country or each region have their own specialty.
Yes, that's it. That's
true.
the idea. Each country has their own art development based on their cultural setting. So, like for example, I'm looking at, they'll be visiting Angono, my place. So, and we will time it when we have this festival also, so that they can experience what festival in the Philippines are, and probably
And you guys enjoy a festival.
interact
Really
with our local artists there. So it's a learning experience, both artistically and culturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, like using art, it would be one of the best ways to learn extensively about the culture. And like we say, in Philippines, most of the works there are based on real life experience, on the socio-economic and political scenario that we have there. So it's just like going through a history book and creating history, but then it's personalized in a way, and you have your thoughts on it. So that's the experience that we're offering in the Philippines.
A bit sidetrack. I mean, I digress a bit. I know the Philippines will have a general election this year. Would you be planning to draw something about the general election?
Topic. I've been involved in politics for before. In fact, I was a candidate in 2010 for mayor. But my family are into politics also, and I myself am not. No, it's my brothers, my uncles, my father have been in politics. No, so in my art, I have some political subjects also. We have two important events in the Philippines, like the EDSA Revolution that happened in 1986. I made a series of paintings and murals of that historical event. No, you will see this mural at the EDSA Shrine, one of the very famous shrine in the Philippines. And I made also a series of paintings of the second EDSA Revolution.
I see.
So any important historical events in the Philippines, I try to capture that in my canvas. So you may say that artists are historians also in their own time, depicting history that happens in their lifetime.
It's very rare. More, artists can depict it in a way. There's the emotion. They can even capture the emotion through the canvas.
One of the areas that a lot of the young and emerging artists in this region, and what they need is something that they can look up to. If you have a message to give for young artists in this region, how can they collaborate with you and your center in the Philippines?
Well, of course, we have, both countries have their culture and arts department. Probably since I was head of our culture and art department, heading the visual art committee, I think in my experience during my term as head of the committee, we try to really go to the level of the regional level, the remote areas in the Philippines, looking for, how we can collaborate and help the artists in the region. And so if you look at in a bigger scale, like in other countries, having cultural ties with other countries, I thought that this would be very good for artists having this kind of experience of this cultural exchange, both ways. No, they will learn culturally and artistically, and it will help them grow better. Well, as an artist, probably true artists are those people who do not look for monetary reward, but the passion and the enjoyment, the experience when they create their own.
Completely true. But in today's capitalistic world, you can't help not having money. So what would you advise to those young artists if they are struggling really hard, either in the Philippines or Malaysia? How would you motivate them to get through all this?
Well, as we say, being the best will always survive, So try to be the best of what in your own craft, your own artistic, whatever you do, think first,
about the art first before thinking about the money.
Yeah,
that's it.
Money will follow. It's just like excellence. Through excellence, you will get riches.
Don't think of money first, because if you think of money, you tend to fail. Because art, it's not something that you get overnight. You succeed overnight. It's that passion that will make you survive. First you enjoy what you're doing, what you're painting, if you enjoy it, then you have probably that you will be excellent in your kind of work.
Okay. Yeah, that's so true.
So true.
And then
But
the money will follow.
But do you think an artist also need to learn about networking?
Well, today, some artists are not good in business. Most artists, I would say. So there should be one Karina Hardin. That's meant to art managers are important to the career of an artist. The one that will handle an artist, market the artist.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm actually hearing the word art managers.
Yeah.
I hear before art gallery curators, but are they playing the role of art managers?
Well, today in the Philippines, there's now a course in fine arts which are called art management. So the career of these artists are not for them to paint, but to manage an artist. How to manage an artist. So it's now a career in the Philippines. Well, the gallery owner are sometimes they're in the business of selling works, but art management is something that you develop the skill, the talent of an artist before you can just market it and sell the artwork. And probably you manage also the economic side.
Yeah.
The economic side where you handle how the price of an artist will go up to the upper level. And these are the things that are important now for the artists, especially the young ones.
Appraisal of the value of the artist.
Yes.
These are elements that are really important to grow any form of art industry in a country.
Yes.
And
True.
use this as a diplomatic tool
Yes.
to reach out for other countries.
It's also, one of the tools to show the excellence of a nationality through art, because like we say, art is very subjective. You can never compare an artwork to any others.
That's right.
You can never compare. It's always different.
So that's all for our interview today. Thank you, Sir Nemi.
And thank you also for the two beautiful ladies here.